Alright, so for the Bullwhip project, you're going to need a 12-inch nail, some electrical tape, about 2 meters of light pull chain, lots of paracord, a nail, you could disregard the blowtorch, and a Dremel tool. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our 1-foot nail, and about 2 to 3 centimeters from the tip, we're going to make a marking, which is where you're going to start grinding a groove. This groove will help hold in the core of your bullwhip, which we will make just later on in the project. Next, I'm just going to round out the tip of the nail just so it doesn't puncture the bullwhip while I'm using it. Alright, so here we are going to cut out all of the paracord that we're going to need for the entire project. What I will use is for the guts, one 2-meter piece of paracord, one 1-meter piece of paracord, one 80-centimeter piece of paracord, and one 50-centimeter piece of paracord. For the inner layer, I'm going to use two 5-meter pieces of paracord, one 3-meter piece of paracord, and one 4.3-meter piece of paracord. And for the outside layer, I'm going to use two 7 1/3 piece of paracord, one 5-meter piece of paracord, one 5.5-meter piece of paracord, one 4.3-meter piece of paracord, and one 3-meter piece of paracord. It is best to keep these pieces all separated in separate piles just to avoid confusion later. Alright, so you're going to take your 4 strands from the guts and you're going to set aside the 2-meter strand. And you're going to cut your other 3 lengths with the same length plus maybe a couple centimeters in the pull chain that you had before. If you have the good nylon thread, you're going to pull everything, all the guts out except for one of these small nylon strands. If you have the cheap stuff like me, just throw all that out and you're going to grab your electrical tape. That is going to have a better quality for the guts instead of struggling for hours trying to pull the pull chain through your empty paracord with nothing inside. Anyways, you're going to make sure that you have the same length as pull chain as you do of cord, and you're going to wrap that in the electrical tape just to make it much easier on yourself if you have the cheap paracord. If not, it is much better if you do pull the pull chain through the paracord. But all you do to coat your pull chain in electrical tape is you line everything up together and then you just roll it all together very carefully. Try to do it as neatly as possible. This was done fairly quickly just to show you guys how it's done, but normally I'd be done much neater. Right, so now you're going to take all of your guts and you're going to put the ends just below the groove that you had made in the nail earlier. After you do this, you're now going to do what is called whipping. So you will start with a simple knot called the clove hitch. Google it if you need. Most people should know this if you know knots. And then you're going to wrap it around very tightly many times just to keep it secure, and then you will finish it off with another clove hitch. Alright, so now you're going to take some yellow electrical tape and you're going to wrap the 4 strands in electrical tape all the way up to the second longest strand. So that means that only the 2-meter strand should be left exposed. Also, what this does is keeps the whippings nice and secure so that they will not come undone, and helps keep the 4 strands tight against to the nail so that it won't pop out, wreck your braids later on in the project. Alright, so in this step you're going to take all of the rest of your cord, you're going to tie it to any surface, and you're going to gently pull out all of the cord that is inside, so that there should be nothing left. It should just be an empty nylon shell. Alright, so this next step has a lot of braiding involved with it. I've marked all of the 4 inner layer paracords at half. I'm just securing it now with a piece of duct tape, and then we're going to start braiding. So to braid, we're going to reach underneath the first 2 on the left side there, and then we're going to grab the last one, bring it over 2, and then flip it over to this side, so that is just where it was, except in front. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to alternate sides every single time. You will braid away until you lose your the 3-meter strand, in which case you're just going to switch to under 1 over 2. And then you'll just keep following that same pattern until you have no strands left. In that case, you could either do a fancy knot, in which I don't know how to do, to end the braid, or you can just put a little bit of duct tape, which is what I have done with my Bullwhip, and it works the exact same. Once this layer whipping is complete, as I said earlier, you could just secure the ends with a little bit of duct tape. Next, you're going to go and you're going to want to do a really tight whipping where it's flexible, so where the nail meets the soft part of the guts. So that whipping is going to be really tight, and you're going to want to secure that with a large piece of duct tape. Alright, so after that is all secure, you're going to take your other 6 pieces of paracord and do the exact same thing as before, except you're going to go under 3 and over 3. And then that'll just continue on to, under 2 over 3, under 2 over 2, and then under 1 over 2. Same thing as before. And then you're going to finish it off with a little bit of duct tape again. This is the most important layer, so this is what you're going to want to keep the tightest. This will also take you the longest to braid. Next we're going to take 3 or 4 nylon strings about a length of 30 centimeters, and that is what we're going to use to make the popper, so the little feathery thing at the end of the whip. You're going to take your strands and you're going to twist it, hold it in half, and you're going to twist till it's very tight, and then you're going to hold it as best as you can, take the other side, and then twist, just like you did the other side. Now, if you take your free hand and hold the other end of the twisted line, and then you let go with the hand you're holding at the middle, it should just twist together naturally like so. Now we're just going to make a knot right at the end just to keep everything together. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to make a loop with the fall. Make sure that the fall goes behind, and then you're going to stick the popper through forwards. And then you want to put the end of the fall through the little loop that is just naturally in the popper. After that, you want to pull everything really, really tight. Now, I would advise not cutting off the end of the fall because poppers can fall off. They will stay for a while, but they can fall off, they can break, and you'll just need to replace them every once in a while, so don't cut everything. But other than that, your whip is done. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to my channel for more projects just like this one. And I hope to see you guys next week. Also, one more thing, the damage test will be released next week, and you may be able to see snippets of what me and OzLaTube have done over at his channel. Alright, thank you very much. Bye.